everybody? Welcome back to the EGL Valencia live stream. We have got Millenium going up against Overgaming. We're just jumping into this game, one map in. Millenium took the first map. I will just check that for you guys. It was Raid Hardpoint that Millenium just took.
Yeah.
Have you played Over before?
I have actually never played against. I mean, I looked at Sammy on Twitter.
Yeah.
Everyone, should give this guy a follow because he's been playing absolutely insane all tournament. But he has something like, 300 followers, and he's obviously like quite an unknown guy, but he just went ham in this tournament so far. He really has been like one of, the upcoming breakthrough players, like resembling, the Mad Cat EGL4 kind of ability. But Millenium actually beat them 250 to 150 around that mark in the first map, which is, quite a big win. But what you have to kind of say here is Millenium do have players of the caliber of Tommy, of Carnage, of Maxi, and they are formidable players when they're playing against people, that when they're the sort of people they expect to be winning, if that makes sense.
So you obviously just came off a game against Millenium in the winner bracket.
Yeah.
Who should we be looking out for on Millenium?
Well, right. I'd go as far as saying Tommy, not simply because obviously Tommy is one of the best players, but because it kind of seemed that he was the one making not just the big plays but the calls as well for Millenium, like the shouts as to what to do, where to go.
Yeah, he seems to be doing it right now, actually, having a look over at the Millenium game.
I mean, which is kind of weird, actually, because he's obviously the only English guy in that team. I have no idea how he comes, but apparently he can speak fluent French.
No, he cannot speak fluent French.
No, obviously not, but I mean, he's been doing really well in this tournament, particularly against us, and I think they were really unfortunate, actually, to lose in the manner that they did. It was 3-2, 6-5 last map, and it was just it couldn't have been any closer if you tried. But I mean, going on to this, Sammy just did a big play there in the first round. He's actually on streaks, and he's been using the AN all tournament, which is kind of regarded as a gun that is not as good at LAN, if I might say so myself.
Yep.
I mean, that sounds kind of weird to a neutral player, but you don't see it as much. Like, you see the M8 with ARs and the MSMC with subs, occasionally a Scorpion now and then, but he seems to be using it so well. He seems to be getting those first two bullets off, which come out faster than every other bullet when you're shooting it. And he just seems to be, his aim seemed on point, and he's been doing really well this tournament. But here we go, he's got to clean up Carnage as well. And I think that's Sammy on like a three kill streak.
That was two very strong rounds there by Over. They've actually taken both those 2 rounds. Sammy there picked up 2 during that round. Javi there going to pick up the last kill as well. Millenium just don't seem as composed on this Search and Destroy map as they have before. Well, Tommy's over there, he's making the calls to his teammates, trying to tell them what to do. As you said, that is kind of strange being the only English guy on a team of French people, but I think it's very likely that they sort him out, which kind of gives him the upper hand in the terms of how things are. Maybe he has that higher sort of standing in the team, but I think Tommy has that wealth of experience behind him. He's played with a lot of French people, teaming back in the day with Gataga. He has hung around with French people quite a fair bit.
Suarez, how did he do that? How did he get behind them so easily there? Millenium have to be questioning their defense. If
he literally just walked
sorry
in the
to
middle
cut
of the
you
map.
up there, but he just walked bottom middle, straight down the middle, and shot a guy straight in the back. It was the easiest of kills here, but I think it's a 3v2 if you want to bring up the leaderboard quickly. It's going to be, oh no, this is Ainsley. It's going to be Doc and Javi against Tommy and Maxi here. Tommy and Maxi being the duo that won the last Valencia DreamHack event with the Apex lineup, but Over seemed to be playing ridiculously confident. Sorry, my voice just went there. For a team that are underdogs, and they seem to be challenging a lot of gunfights. But here he's just picked up an easy kill on Maxi, and Dark is on a big kill streak. But I fully expect Tommy to kind of clean one of these kills up, having been fully aware of where both of them are now. Tommy's in a great position. Shoots Javi in the back.
There we go, Tommy 1v1 going up against Dark. Dark is
top orange, and Dark, that's a great play. He's rotated all the way around the back of Tommy. Tommy's going to have no idea what's going on. Dark's just going to circle him here.
And behind him right now,
really,
this second.
He should make this kill.
Oh my god.
Oh, Dark hasn't actually seen him though.
This is...
great play from Dark there on a 6-kill streak. He's actually 2 kills away from getting full streaks, the Lightning and the Hailstorm, which on a map like Cargo, where everything except for B building is outside, that could be a decisive factor, and it could potentially be like a 2-round kind of advantage.
Yeah, well, they're obviously already 3-0 up in this Search and Destroy. Millenium actually, as a team who I think most people would have predicted to come out on top of this series, they took you guys down to the last map.
Yeah, I mean, Millenium were in that position not as underdogs. I mean, obviously, they had practiced as much as we had. Well, not obviously with Karma, but wow, the game has been ended. But one of Over actually had, nearly full
Full
streaks.
streaks.
But
And Javi timed out. I think his Xbox is red ringed or something.
Wow, that's a real shame. I mean, obviously that's no fault of the players.
No.
But you kind of have to question what will that do to Dark, who literally just went, 6-0 with 700 points in the first 3 rounds.
We're going to need an admin decision. I imagine, obviously, the game's going to start from that 3-0 advantage.
Yep, definitely.
But those score streaks are going to be very hard to come by. I actually have a strong feeling that it's just going to be a straight restart. I don't think there's going to be...
No,
I don't think they're going to count the score streaks. I don't think they can. What can you do in that case?
Oh, no, obviously you can't count score streaks back. I mean, this has been a real big problem since the introduction of score streaks, but at the same time, it's expected you have problems, particularly in like the CSL, online qualifiers. We saw a lot of times where players get host booted with like full streaks and being like 100 points up and then have to restart and all that momentum's gone. But they've done it already. They've won 3 rounds in a row. They can win 3 rounds again. But
there's just no pause button in Call of Duty. I mean, obviously, League of Legends, I believe, at StarCraft for sure, if something goes on during the game, you can just pause the game and stop immediately, resume exactly where you left off. But in Call of Duty, they still haven't got around to that point. And I'm not sure if then in the next Call of Duty they're going to take, instead of going further in with competitive features and adding maybe that save and restart feature, I think they're going to back out further. And I think, as far as I'm aware, I've heard that there may not even be a quadcast feature, which was something which they gave us, which was kind of a big thing in the Call of Duty community. Obviously, as far as I'm aware, there's going to be another Call of Duty XP, so there's still the support out there. But I think the developers can keep throwing money at the game in terms of prizes and stuff, but in order for the game to really hit it big as competitive, you need to be able to handle cases like this. I mean, in any large tournament, we've had our fair share of issues yesterday. Power, internet, red rings, just things going missing. But I think in any tournament, you're expecting there to be problems, and at the moment, there's no real way to resolve these problems. I imagine the EGL rule was just to start off where
exactly. 3-0 lead to over, I imagine. But to bring up the point that you mentioned, there's nothing that the admins, the event runners, the players could even do. It really kind of is down to not to the game designers, because they've done fantastic with giving us these features of Codcaster and the competitive tournaments that they have, and the inbuilt streaming and all these kind of features. But there obviously are going to be improvements, and potentially a stop and start. That could be a big improvement for Call of Duty.
Yeah, so I think Javi's back in the game now. I think he's going to jump back into party chat with his teammates, and then we're going to be able to kick things back off. I'm 99% sure there's going to be a head start of 3-0. Not sure if there's anything we can do about the score streaks. I'm pretty sure Millenium aren't going to mind about that either. Yeah, they knew Dark was there 6-0, so I think they know that technically they get a slight advantage in this. But I think the biggest uproar would be if Millenium then took this map. Yeah, because normally what happens is you get into these disputes and the team that was going to win anyway.
Yeah, there's a bigger one. Do you remember EGL 9 with PT against Prophecy?
No, I don't. Might well inform us.
What actually happened was Prophecy had full streaks at S&D at 5-3. And PT had accidentally kicked his cable out. I mean, that was obviously an accident. He legitimately wasn't cheating or anything. But Horizon, on the restart, they took 2 rounds back and it went 5-0. And they could have easily won that map simply because of something of that. And they had, Lightning and a House Dome, and they should have taken, the map with ease. But it became a lot more tense and worrying than that. But
and the host just said in the game there, I'm not sure if there was maybe the incompatible UI error thing, which happens. At Gfinity, actually, this problem didn't happen because Gfinity, I believe, provided all the discs and stuff for everyone with the games. But here at DreamHack Valencia, we've got a lot of Spanish people and a lot of English people and actually French people as well. So everyone has their different discs, and the only way for everyone to compete properly is if you have to connect to Xbox Live first, or else you get a weird error. So you have to connect to Xbox Live. It's just a shame that it's another one of those things where everyone having slightly different versions of the game just makes it slightly awkward in the LAN environment, and it would be great if that was sorted as well.
Yeah.
But we actually just managed to get ourselves an English disc for this stream. We were just using a Spanish disc for a while, which confused people for a little while. They're like, what? Why is everything Spanish? But someone stole our English disc.
It was weird. Me and Calm were having a funny conversation because he hosts all the time when he's playing, and he was like, what does Hugo Amigo mean? And obviously it means like friendly fire, but we were trying to work it out for like a good 5 minutes. Like, excuse me, do you know what Hugo Amigo or something like that means? And all these Spanish people are looking at us like, say it. And I was like, oh god, it was funny. But
we're going to be jumping back into this game. It's going to be Over Dark, who we're going to start on board with. He was 6-0 before the restart happened, I believe. Over Gaming is going to be 3-0 up in the Search and Destroy. And
I just want to draw attention, sorry, to his tactical. Now, this is something that I do all the time. Is use a sensor grenade, because so many players do not actually use cold-blooded on S&D, and it's such an advantage to know where the other team are. And half of S&D is simply awareness.
Yep.
Like, as soon as you know where someone is, you've won half the gunfight. So by using those, that could be one of the reasons why he's doing so well. But he's rotated fully around to be here because he's seen that Carnage has already got the initial pick. It's going to be 3v4. And, this is in favor of Millenium, and it's even 2v4 now. Suarez getting taken down to Tommy. He spotted one bottom B.
Gets picked up there.
Carnage with a great shot when he was top red there. And we just saw that Millenium are going to be planting, and if Sammy's alive for too long here, Millenium are going to be planting the bomb and get that down, getting a plus 100 for risking. So, you know what? Millennium here are coming out. They're going to probably take this first round, and as well as that, they have 3 players who are lined up potentially to get good score streaks, particularly Tommy, Riskin, who's just planted the bomb down, and I believe it was Carnage who got 2 kills as well.
Not a single player down there for Millennium. I think that I'm going to have a look on the next round to see what score streaks they might be building up. But, I mean, that could just change the entire momentum of this Search and Destroy. From Dark, well on his way to getting full score streaks.
Yeah.
Now it's Millennium who are back on top. Momentum may have shifted, and I think Millennium are pretty much partly a momentum team, so it's really going to help if they can get their heads back in the game. We've actually got, I believe, the main stage starting now. Now, as annoying as the main stage is, and the noise is really annoying.
Incredible.
The production quality there. They were doing rehearsals this morning.
Yeah.
And if anyone is actually interested in StarCraft, I believe the finals are going to be on tonight. You have to look at it. The production quality is going to be insane.
I mean, they have just looking over there now, they have a crane with a camera on it that sweeps around and just picks people out of the audience.
The lighting, everything.
I mean, if anyone saw the Dota 2, I think it was final, but they had like a massive GG sign just flash up, and it literally lit the entire room in like green. And
once again, another round to Millennium there. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's 3-2 now, and things are definitely changing. Tommy there picking up the last frag. And it's going to be a very quick pick here. His teammate actually does get taken down, but he cleans it up. And that's going to be 3-2.
I think Tommy as well hasn't died in the first 2 rounds, so he's going to be building up these streaks. And wow, that is loud. Yeah, if you want to quickly switch on board with Tommy, I think he's going to be on like maybe a 3 kill streak, maybe even a 4. Wow. He is 1 kill away from that RC car. Nifty little spot here he's got watching bottom middle. No players really should be challenging him in that spot because, when
you go to the cinema and they do that THX thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
basically
what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in an earthquake, but, a gaming one. Oh, no. Tommy's going to get another kill in bottom middle on Sammy, being a bit overzealous. And Millennium have turned the tide of this game. Tommy 1 kill away.
He's 1 more kill from being Dark.
Yeah.
at the last game, they're going to be 3-0 up and someone's going to have 6 kills and no deaths.
Oh, Dark.
What? Are they? That seems a bit weird. That seems a little bit fishy.
He literally just
left the game. He left the game.
That wasn't a technical problem. He just left the game. Oh, and I think they're actually...
This could be interesting, though, because it would be fair, right?
I guess now it's 3-0.
It's 3-0. Someone's 6-0.
Yeah.
And they're going back to start the game again, right?
But I think...
Great, 1 sec. Let me just get an admin.
What's happening, Razor? What's happening?
But I actually think, I'm not sure if it's deliberate or not. We'll wait for the admin to get over there. But it could very well be.
I don't think anyone knows what's going on here. I mean, there was an earthquake of noise from the main stage on StarCraft, which, I have to admit, looks absolutely insane. The crowd is...
The crowd is
so big, and the crane is just sweeping around.
Okay,
but
what we're going to do is we're going to cut to a very quick commercial break while we, A, wait for main stage to get their intros over and done with, and 2, wait for the admin to sort out what's going on over at that game. But I think... this could actually be slightly fairer.
I mean, looking at what they're saying, I think they're kind of indicating that they couldn't hear each other because of the main stage intro.
That doesn't mean you can just leave the game, though.
All right, can't do that.
We're going to wait for the admins to make a decision on that one. We'll be back with you guys very shortly.